Hello, welcome back to grammar class on YouTube. So we're going to take a look today at 10.5 and 10.6. So 10.5, we have our chart in our books on page 269. And you're going to love this chapter because it's really easy, or this section, right? So we already studied modal verbs last chapter, chapter 7. And so with modal verbs, we know that we either put the base form or the infinitive after, right? So dealing with the passive voice then, it's assumed that all we have to do is use the infinitive or the base form of be plus verb 3 of the action verb, right? We have a lot of examples. Bob will mail it, it will be mailed by Bob. Bob can mail it, it can be mailed by Bob. Bob has to mail it, it has to be mailed by Bob. Very simple, very straightforward, right? So we're going to take a look at, we don't need to do a lot of practice with this. I think it's pretty easy and pretty clear. We're going to take a look at exercise 19. So exercise 19 is in your books right below the box. We can just do this one together, okay? So they give you a sentence in the active voice, and then they want you to convert it to the passive voice, right? So number one, somebody must send this letter. This letter must be sent immediately. People should plant tomatoes in the spring. Tomatoes should be planted in the spring. People cannot control the weather. The weather cannot be controlled. Someone had to fix our car. Our car had to be fixed. People can reach me on my cell. I can be reached. Someone ought to wash these dirty dishes soon. These dirty dishes ought to be washed. People may cook carrots or eat them raw. Carrots may be cooked or eaten raw. Be careful, that file has a virus. It could destroy your reports. Your reports, huh? I missed it. Could be destroyed. Sorry, I skipped number 8. Number 9, you must keep your medicine out of reach of children. Medicine must be kept out of reach of children. Okay, so sorry for missing number 9. All right, and that's basically it. I don't think there's a lot more we can do as far as practicing that, right? It's just the idea that we have our modal verb plus base form or infinitive of be plus verb 3 of our action verb, okay? Any questions though, let me know in the group, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the next one, 10.6. So when we study the present simple, right, last semester, at least with my students, we go over the ways that we use the verb be, right? And one of the very common ways that we use the verb be is with adjectives, right? She is crazy, my brother is tall, we are hungry, okay? So the verb be with an adjective. Now, a lot of adjectives actually look like the past participle. For example, married, tired, frightened, right? These are all past participles of the verb to marry, to tire. So if I'm using the verb tire, for example, if something makes you tired, what kind of things make you tired? Running, for example. So you could say, I am tired because I went running, or you could also say, running tires me, right? And then in the next chapter, we're also going to be talking about using verb ing, running is tiring, okay? But that's for a little bit later. So at the bottom of this chart, we have just a lot of different examples of past participles that are very commonly used as adjectives, right? Be acquainted with, if you're acquainted with somebody or something, you know it. For example, I could say, oh yeah, I'm acquainted with Karen, for example. I've already met her, okay? Be bored, be broken, be closed, blah, blah, blah. All right, I would recommend that you become familiar or get acquainted with all of these adjectives as well as the prepositions that come with them, okay? I think I'm sure you've heard from somewhere else, the assessment is going to be based off of the quizzes. So we have the quiz for chapter 7, the quiz for chapter 10, and then we're going to have 2 more cumulative quizzes, so quizzes for everything that we've studied, okay? Hopefully, I mean, I get to make your quizzes, so I'm going to make them similar to the quiz that you had for chapter 7, so I don't think you really have anything to worry about, okay? All right, so we're going to practice with this. We're going to do quite a bit of practice with this on page 272. Let's take a look. So this is just kind of getting you used to the forms or familiar with. So we're going to look at these sentences and look at the phrases that would correctly complete each sentence, okay? So number 1, it says Roger is disappointed with, and we have 2 options. We could say his job or his son's grades, right? Number 2, are you related to the Browns or are you related to me? A and C. Finally, we are done with our chores or our errands, B and C. My boss is pleased with my report and the new contract, A and C. The baby birds are gone from their nest, just B. Taka and Joanne are bored with their work, this movie, their marriage. Yikes. Okay, and number 7, are you tired of work and the news? Yes, I think we're all tired of the news these days, right? Okay. All right, so exercise 23. This is one of my favorite things and one of your favorite things as well, beautiful prepositions. And I've told you guys before, the thing about prepositions, 99% of the time, there's no rules. You just have to memorize, right? That is what makes prepositions one of the more difficult parts of learning any language, okay? So I'm going to ask you to pause the video right now and complete exercise 23. You can look back at the adjectives on the previous page in the box 10.6 on page 271. Okay, so pause the video, complete exercise 23 with the correct prepositions, and then press play and we'll check. Okay, so for exercise 24, they have at the top all of the verbs that they want you to convert into adjectives by making them past participle. So what you have to do is you have to match the verb to the sentence, convert it to the past participle, and add the verb be. So number 1 is done. It says most children are scared of loud noises. Number 2, Jane in ecology, right? So which of these verbs would be good as an adjective in this sentence? I think interest, right? So we would change interest to interested, and we need to add the verb be. So for Jane, Jane is one woman, so we would say Jane is interested in ecology. Okay, so please pause the video right now and complete 3 through 8, and then press play when you're ready to check, okay? Okay, so let's move on. Number 3, don't clear the table yet. I am not finished with my meal. Number 4, I am satisfied with my progress in English. Tony is married to Sonia. They have a happy marriage, mashallah. Roberta's parents are opposed to her marriage. They don't like her fiance. The test is tomorrow. Are you prepared for it? And a digital picture is composed of thousands of tiny dots called pixels. Okay? So moving right along, looking at exercise 25. This is once again just practicing with our prepositions. So refer back to the box, box 10.6 if you're unsure of which preposition to use. Pause the video, complete it with the prepositions you think are best, and then come back when you're ready, okay? Okay, so because of the sale, the mall was crowded with shoppers. Do you think you are qualified for that job? Mr. Ahmed loves his family very much. He is devoted to them. My sister is married to a law student. I'll be finished with my work in another minute or two. The workers are opposed to the new healthcare plan. Are you acquainted with this writer? And Janet doesn't take good care of herself. I am worried about her health. Okay, and then I think this is the last thing we have here. Exercise 27, right? So we practiced converting the verb into the adjective, adding the verb be, and adding the preposition. These were all kind of separate activities. Now we're combining them all together, and you're going to put the verb into the correct form, put verb be into the correct form, and choose the preposition that works, okay? So it's like a combination of all of the skills we've been working with so far. So once again, please pause the video, complete exercise 27, and then press play when you're ready to check, okay? Okay, so we're gonna check. Dennis isn't doing well in school. He's worried about his grades. My shirt is made of cotton. I live in a 3-room apartment with 6 other people. Our apartment is crowded. No preposition here. Vietnam is located in Southeast Asia. I'm going to go straight to bed tonight. It's been a hard day. I am exhausted. The kids are disappointed. I had promised to take them to the beach today. This milk doesn't taste right. I think it is spoiled, right? So if it's spoiled, it's like it's bad. It's old. Okay, water is composed of hydrogen and oxygen. According to the job description, an applicant must have a master's degree and at least 5 years of teaching. Unfortunately, I am not qualified for that job. And have you ever met Mrs. Novinsky? No, I am not acquainted with her. Okay, all right, so there you have it, 10.5 and 10.6. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. And please at any time let me know if you have any questions. I'll be posting hopefully tomorrow a practice for these chapters, okay? All right, thanks so much. Take care. Have a good day. Bye. Mwah.